Good evening. Welcome to the Derry Town Council meeting for Tuesday, June 17th, 2025. Councilor Granessi, can you lead us in the pledge, please?
Sure. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic which stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. For those in the audience, we have the emergency exits in the back of the room there. If you need any help in an emergency, Chief Fioli will be glad to help you out. Reach out to him. Councilor Granessi.
Good evening.
Councilor Webb.
Good evening.
Councilor Chase. Good evening. Councilor Moget. Good evening. And Owen, I believe Councilor Spencer is going to be trying to take a look.
We don't see her in yet, Mr. Chair.
All right, just let me know when that happens. And good evening, Councilor McEachern.
Good evening, Chairman Foot.
And good evening from the chair. Do we have a motion for public forum?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Okay, we have a motion to open public forum and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Public forum is now open. If you wish to speak, come up, state your name and address.
Good evening. Steve Trefethen, business owner on Broadway, property owner in Derry. I just here for two things. One, I want to say thanks to Dave. I think he ran a real tight ship, a really well-run administrative ship, and made it easy for the council to just move forward. So thanks, Dave. Good luck in whatever you want to call it, retirement. You'll probably be busier once you retire than you was when you were here. And again, I just want to say, council did the right thing, getting Mr. Fowler in here, somebody in the town. I'm glad to see that. And I've known Mr. Fowler for probably going on 30 years now, and I know the kind of job he does. So it's all good, and I appreciate what everybody did. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else wish to speak?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My name is Brian Chiricello. It's kind of odd being on this side of the tables, but yeah, I'd like to...
Address.
6 Rollins Street.
Thank you.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Thank you.
I want to... What's that? I'm not complaining about Hood Park, no. I came today to thank Dave Karen for the job that he's done. And many of you know that I did 18 years on that side as a town councilor. The first 9 years, and then I took a break and then came back. The first 9 years were kind of rough. People that have been here for a long time remember the days when we had people line up, and it was just a different atmosphere. And we had a revolving door in that seat as town administrator. And I thought we really kind of lost a lot of respect in Derry at the time. No one really wanted to work for the town. And then the second time around, when we were able to get Dave to come on board, you know, I never thought in my wildest dreams that he would stay 9 years, but he's done a fantastic job, stabilized the town. We've always had strong department heads in Derry. It's just we didn't have somebody at the leadership position to kind of be at the top to kind of make it even for everything. So I want to thank Dave for staying 9 years. You got a little bit gray just like I did, but congratulations. I hope you enjoy your retirement. What I will say is, you know, we went from a town that didn't, no one wanted that job to having 16 applicants wanting that job. That speaks volumes in this town. And Dave, you really stabilized it for us. And with the council is that they came through the last 9 years. You did a tremendous job. I just wanted to come by and thank you again. So thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else from the public wish to speak? Owen.
Seeing none online, Mr. Chair.
No one online, Mr. Chairman, and no one jumping to the forefront. I will move to close the public hearing, Mr. Chairman.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion to close public hearing in a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Public hearing is now closed. Moving along to the consent agenda. Item 25-64, approved minutes from June 3rd, 2025. Item 25-65, acceptance of resignation from Heritage Commission. Item 25-66, ordinance 2025-004, to amend Chapter 150 of the General Code Traffic Regulations. There will be a public hearing on that, July 15th. We have agenda item 25-67, resolution 2025-036, to accept unanticipated revenues from the Liberty Utilities. There will also be a public hearing on that on July 15th.
Seeing no issues from any of the councilors, I move to accept the consent agenda as read.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion to accept the consent agenda, and a second. On the motion, Council Granessi?
Yes.
Council Webb?
Yes.
Council Chase?
Yes.
Council Majay?
Yes.
Council McEachran?
Yes.
And chair votes yes. Motion passes 6-0. Oh, and anything with Council Spencer yet?
Not seeing her, Mr. Chair.
Okay. Thank you. I gotta find my notes here. So, Mr. Cherichello came up and just spoke about our town administrator hire. So I was very fortunate to be part of that council to hire him 9 years ago. Here's a list of all the town administrators we've had since 1986. He is the 23rd. That's with full-time and temporaries and actings and whatnot. So number 23, should put that number somewhere. And Mr. Fowler, number 24. So Dave was hired at a very tumultuous time here in town, and it didn't take him very long to right the ship here in Derry, and kind of, like Mr. Churchill said, kind of brought us a lot of integrity back to the town, and a lot of pride and responsibility. He's very well respected. He's well regarded amongst the townspeople, the employees, town councilors, his peers around the state, and we've been very fortunate to have someone so sure and steadfast and that giving us that guidance and direction from the guy in the corner office sitting over there. He's always calm, consistent, has a professional demeanor. He makes the job look effortless. With his confidence and knowledge, he's been a golden asset. He's left big shoes to fill. And quite frankly, Mr. Fowler, I would leave him on speed dial as a phone a friend for any kind of future issues in town. Lost place here. So again, back 9 years ago, never thought we'd be sitting here 9 years later and have such stability in the town. A lot of the department heads, down to the newest employee, have great respect for you, so we want to thank you for helping us, and quite frankly, you make us look good. You make our job easy. So with that, we would like you to sit in your new chair. Take a seat. Yep. So take a seat. We got a few more things here for a couple minutes, so.
Sit down and relax for a few.
Yep. So.
Would you like an Afghan to put on?
So Senator Birdsell is joining us tonight, and she would like to read something. So thank you for joining us, Senator Birdsell.
Up here?
Yep.
So I want to say thank you, Dave. He has been a pleasure to work with. He's always been my sounding board. Any issues that came up at the State House, I would call Dave and see where people would line up in the towns. And he's, we didn't always get along. We didn't always agree, but he gave me his honest opinion. But we actually did agree on most things, and he's been really helpful with some major issues. And I'm really gonna, sorry to see you go, Dave. But this is a Senate resolution, the New Hampshire Senate, a resolution. Be it known that the New Hampshire Senate extends its congratulations to Dave Karen, the the Derry Town Administrator in recognition of his retirement after many years of dedicated service to the residents of the town of Derry. And be it further known that the New Hampshire Senate extends its best wishes for a happy and healthy retirement. And let me just add, my husband retired a few years ago. He'll be back to work soon.
Thank you, Senator. And Brendan Mira from Congressman Pappas's office is here. Do you want the actual?
You can keep that one.
Okay.
All right. Hi, everyone. I'm Brendan Mira from Congressman Pappas's office, and I'm here to share some words that the Congressman delivered on the House floor, and I'm happy to share them now. I rise today to honor the career of David Caron as he retires after over 8 years of service as Town Administrator of Derry. Throughout his tenure, Dave has been a tremendous public servant in his role, overseeing all the day-to-day operations of Derry Town departments. Dave has managed numerous projects to improve the lives of Derry citizens, including renovating and constructing long-awaited roads, conserving land, and expanding police and fire stations. Throughout his 43 years of working in local government, Dave consistently ensured Granite Staters received the support they deserved, greatly helping residents across the state in Jaffrey, Londonderry, Northampton, Belmont, and Guilford. Dave is not only a diligent public servant, but a man of outstanding character and passion. His own family full of hockey players, Dave spearheaded the Belmont-Guilford cooperative hockey team, cultivating the 16-year-old program that put numerous players on the ice. In all, Dave Caron represents the very best of America's public servants, dedicated, attentive, and unwaveringly committed to the service of others. On behalf of a grateful district, I want to congratulate Dave on a well-deserved and replenishing retirement. Chris Pappas.
Thank you. Councilor Granessi.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Yeah, get back in your chair.
Back in the rocking chair.
We have the walker coming out soon.
We didn't bring any IPAs for you, though,
Just to
sorry.
help you.
This is from the United States Senate, the office of Senator Jean Shaheen. It says, Dear Dave, I happily join your colleagues and many friends in congratulating you on your retirement and saluting your years of service to the town of Derry. Your long and successful tenure as town administrator stands as an example to others who wish to pursue a similar path in life, and I hope that the challenges and rewards of your time in Derry have provided you a unique sense of accomplishment. As town administrator, you place special emphasis on pursuing growth, opportunities, and conducting diligent planning that contributed to the community's economic growth and social and cultural prosperity. This includes the Exit 4A project as well as infrastructure improvements for Derry's hardworking first responders. Now this community you have served is poised for even more growth and smart development while maintaining the local charm that makes Derry such a special place to live, work, and play. Your work has come to be respected both within and outside your official role, and honestly and openness with which you serve the community will surely be missed. Thank you again for your tireless dedication to improving the lives of the citizens of Derry and the region. Congratulations on your retirement and best wishes as you enter this exciting new chapter of your life. Sincerely, Jean Shaheen, United States Senator.
Take a seat.
Gonna get you that cardigan.
Governor Ayotte, Governor Ayotte could not join us this evening, so on behalf of her, I'll read a proclamation. It says, the state of New Hampshire, by Her Excellency Governor Kelly A. Ayotte, Governor, a commendation in the year of our Lord 2025, recognizing David R. Caron. Whereas David R. Caron has devoted over 40 years to local government, bringing a wealth of knowledge, experience, and steady leadership to the communities he has served throughout his distinguished career. And whereas for more than 8 years, he has served as town administrator for the town of Derry, guiding the community with integrity, professionalism, and unwavering commitment to public service. And whereas Mr. Karen's leadership has reflected the highest standards of municipal governance with a deep understanding of public management and a collaborative approach to serving the residents of Derry. Whereas his thoughtful stewardship, clear vision, and decades of experience have left a lasting impact on the town of Derry and set a strong foundation for future growth and success. And whereas, as he enters retirement, David Karen leaves behind a legacy of excellence in local government and a deep appreciation from colleagues, community members, and the state of New Hampshire. Now therefore, I, Kelly Ayotte, Governor of the state of New Hampshire, do hereby commend David R. Karen for his decades of dedicated service in local government and express sincere gratitude for his contributions to the town of Derry and the Granite State. Signed by Governor Ayotte.
He doesn't know where to sit.
You can sit for a minute, just a minute. No other big surprises for you, but
Mr. Chair, for your awareness, Councilor Spencer is attending online now.
great, thank you, Owen. So I think the gist of all the proclamations are basically the stability and the leadership and the confidence and the steadfast calmness that we've experienced here in Derry with the growth and whatnot. So I know Sheila, our administrative assistant back there, she always says St. Dave of Derry, because I've never seen Dave sweat, never seen him angry, never seen him get upset. He just very calm, collected demeanor, and it's been very good. So by absolutely no power vested in me, I declare today Dave Karen Day. So, so with that, and councilors like to say anything to the outgoing town administrator? You can still sit there.
You go back there. I just want to say, Dave, it's great working with you since I got elected on the town council. I remember when you come into town, and I know how Derry was, 'cause I was involved in planning for like about 18 years, and you brought a lot of, like Mr. Chairman said, stability and growth and everything to the town, and you're going to be missed. I know you're leaving, we have Mr. Fowler, Mike Fowler, the incoming TA, and the town's in very good hands. I know that, he's been shadowing you, but you're going to be missed. And I just want to thank you for years of service in Derry and in all the other places you worked at. And congratulations on your retirement. It's a best kept hidden secret.
Thanks.
Good luck.
Appreciate it.
Council Webb.
Congratulations, Dave. I think he said 23 town administrators. I believe I worked for all of them. So Randy may have helped as a union president at different times, may have helped with the demise of a couple of them and created hate, grief, and discontent at other levels. But it's been a real pleasure, both as an employee for those few years and then in the later half as a town councilor. And one of the pleasures I've had in this role is learning about the other ways a town finances itself and the other resources and problems that we need to have that you were an expert in. And I was just a visiting amateur. So thank you.
Thank you. Councilor Chase.
Again, congratulations, Mr. Karen. I may have only interacted with you for a short period of time in the role of counselor, but I was your administrative representative to the planning board for 8 years. So I do have some experience with you. As Councilor Webb had said, your knowledge, your expertise, your calm demeanor, able to discuss things with you, and I never felt pressured, one way or the other. You gave good, solid advice and left it to me to make the decisions that I thought were best for the town, and I really appreciated that. I think that was one of your great strengths, is you were able to lead without pressure. And I really appreciated that. It helped keep the town going steady, going straight, and very stable. As Councilor Webb also said, we went through some tumultuous times here, and since you landed here, those tumultuous times have settled right down, and the town is running very, very well. And I do believe that that's attributed to your solid leadership. And I wish you well on your retirement, and thank you for working with us.
Thank you.
Councilman Jay?
I just wish you a very happy and long retirement.
Thank you.
For all you've done for the town. Thank you for giving us all this steadiness, and obviously you've earned all these wonderful accolades, so thank you for what you've done.
Appreciate it.
Councilman Geckran?
Yeah, you know, obviously, Dave and I go back the whole 9 years you've been here, actually. I always enjoyed our conversations on the planning board, and in particular, all our financial discussions we had, so it was always a pleasure working with you, and as Randy and Dave and Jack, Charlie, you know, we've all had those experiences, Aaron. I appreciated all the feedback and the back and forth we did. And I think, you know, you did an excellent job keeping the town not only stable, as these guys have said, but also fiscally stable. You know, we've set the path for this town forward, so we have a long tenure to go here where we're going to be in good shape because of, you know, not only your leadership, but, you know, putting in that fiscal acumen in, and it's always a challenge, but you always met that challenge and took care of, you know, the needs of the town of Derry, and with an eye towards making sure we had the ship in the right place. So I truly appreciate all your help and, you know, working on all the long-term plans in town. So happy and healthy retirement.
Thank you.
Owen, do you have anything?
Oh, gosh. Yeah, off the cuff, here we go. Boss,
No pressure.
I got to tell you, this is actually, so my background before coming in and serving the town of Derry has always been in the private sector, and particularly as a self-employed individual, one way or another, providing services. The words boss don't come easily to me. I'm a kind of independent-minded, like to do things my way. But one day it happened off the tongue. It comes naturally to you, sir. You're a great leader, and I underscore the words Randy has said. Your leadership style is very rarely seen, and you've certainly served as a mentor to me, perhaps without even knowing it. So thank you for everything you've done for Derry, for us, the staff, and we wish you the best moving forward. Thank you.
Madam Clerk, do you have anything? Don't want to leave anybody out.
Or do I have to?
Oh, you're on.
Okay. I remember the first time I met you at the back of this room. You hadn't started yet. You made it very clear that you were here to right the ship and to set us on course. And that's exactly what you've done. Thank you for all your support. And you believed in me. So thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Fowler, anything?
Absolutely. I want to personally express my gratitude towards Dave. He has been an unbelievable resource relative to taking this job. I feel really well prepared, but I've had a number of instances where I've been able to walk up, Dave, what about this, what about that? And it's just been a wealth of knowledge. You know, I would also say that for everybody in the audience here, when you look at Dave's spectrum of professional jobs that he's done and the fact that he's been in this business for so long, that is a huge testament to the professionalism, the resourcefulness, and just the plain old success that he has brought to all of the communities that he has touched. So, you know, I think Derry should consider itself very lucky that it had this stable tenure, as everybody has mentioned. But I also want to put a stamp on this from having worked directly under Dave for those 9 years. You know, it was an incredible time. We could express opinions, we could express concerns, and then once we made that final decision, we worked forward and worked towards the path of growth and moving forward. So I want to say to everybody out there, really appreciate our friendship, our relationship, and obviously, as had been mentioned before, you are probably going to get some calls here and there. So thank you for everything that you've done for the community. Thank you for things that you've done personally for me, and I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike.
Thank you. Not to put anyone on the spot, but I'm going to be a little unorthodox. Any department heads or any employees want to say anything, you're more than welcome to come up and do so.
Mr. Chairman, puck drops at 8 o'clock.
Yeah, I got that. Yep. Listen, you only retire once from here, so
You're retired,
we're gonna do it right. DVR it, you're good. Anybody? You don't have to, but okay.
No pressure.
All right.
Oh, here's Shirley.
Yes. No. Okay.
Well, one thing I can say, it's a lot more fun leaving a job voluntarily. This is
Yeah. Listen, you still got 2 weeks left, a week and a half.
But seriously, I'm going to throw it back on the council. Okay, I've been very fortunate when I came here that the council righted its own ship. And what would be a very interesting white paper by the Carsey School, or UNH, the graduate school, is to come to this community and show the benefit of having stable elected leadership. Because you guys, there's 7 of you, you're going to have disagreements, but you never got into political rancor, it was political dialogue. And so I always felt welcome, as did my staff members, to present any ideas to you folks. You accepted most of them, but you listened to all of them. And so with that leadership at the top, people felt safe, enabled, and sometimes emboldened to give different ideas to the council to move the community forward, to implement the master plan and any other planning that you folks have done. So it's your job to behave yourselves. No, seriously, is once you get stable political leadership, you can really maximize the community goals. And Mike's gonna do a phenomenal job for you, but I don't care who's sitting here, if you guys don't have your act together, it makes it so much tougher to get things done. So kudos to you guys, and nice, stable. I mean, I worked across the highway for several years, and when I opened up the newspaper back then, it wasn't always like that in Derry, as you know. So you folks ought to be congratulated for having your discussions, your dialogue, airing your differences. But one thing I admire about you folks is once you can make a decision, you move on to the next issue. And that's the way to govern a community. So congratulations. Appreciated my stay here. It was a great gig. Really enjoyed it. I'll be cheering you guys on from the sidelines.
Yeah. Years ago, when I first ran, people had asked what I knew about town government, and absolutely nothing. Not much has changed today, but back then I had said I would hire someone that does, and that's what we did. So, Councilor Spencer is on Zoom, but she's having some technical difficulties, so she's going to wave. So, but she wishes she could be here, and she sends her best regards and thank you for everything that you've provided to the council and everything that's been said tonight.
Thank you.
She echoes. So,
Appreciate that.
So, all right, moving on along. Town Administrator's Report.
All
Mr.
right,
Fowler.
We'll save Dave's voice here and as he finishes out the last leg of this. So I just want to continue on the theme of retirements. I just want to point out that we also have a couple of DPW longtime employees who will be retiring effective June 30th, 2025. First one is Bob Mackey, who has had 38 years of service. Again, very much like Dave in terms of stability, wealth of knowledge, very professional. Bob has done a great job for us over the years handling difficult and easy issues that have come up. I just want to wish Bob personally congratulations on his retirement. We have identified a successor. Carrie Owen was here at one of our meetings in May, and she will also do a wonderful job for the town of Derry. The other retirement that I'd like to announce is Ron Robinson, who is our Buildings and Grounds crew chief. And he had some time with us in the water and wastewater divisions. He has been the crew chief in Buildings and Grounds for 21 years. So Ron, again, very, very great employee, very dedicated. He's going to be retiring again effective June 30th, and we wish him all the best. Ron's a trusted resource, and he will also be very missed. We are going to obviously have to go through a search on that, and I'll keep the council posted as we move forward. I want to talk a little bit about projects, just go through these real quick. The solar project is still ongoing, making some very good progress. They broke ground in April. They've got several thousand baskets that you can see on the landfill that will be filled with aggregate. Those will be the bases for each one of the solar panels. So they're still on target for completion date of December 2025. I'll keep the council updated as we move forward. Abbott Court I think as we mentioned on a couple of occasions, Derry and LMG continue to coordinate on various construction items and logistics. We are obviously lining up for the July 16th New Hampshire Bond Bank sale, so that's also going to be a coming attraction. We'll be meeting obviously on the 15th, so if there's any other details relevant, I'll pass those along at our next council meeting. Rail Trail, the section north of Exit 4A, I think we've reported in the past about the town having funds through New Hampshire DOT at an 80% basis. I was able to coordinate with our DOT representative, and we're getting ready to kick off the engineering for that section. We've secured the rights across the private property to start the survey. So that's a large accomplishment. We'll start that. It's going to take probably about a year to get that engineering work, and then construction is going to be on schedule for 2028 after Exit 4A is completed. Exit 4A itself, everybody's seeing further development, further work on the Folsom Road section. The road cuts continue to move along between the police station and the North High Street section. So there's a number of different items that are going on. Traffic seems to be moving okay at this point, so we'll continue to monitor that. The Rand Shepherd Hill Water Project along Shenito Road, that has been very, very busy. There's multiple crews that have been working out there, but they are still making very good progress. The goal is to get Shenito Road done in the vicinity of Pinkerton, their access road, by the end of August, and then that project will continue working eastbound out towards 102, J&F Farms in that direction. And then lastly, fire station. We are working towards some of the finishes on that project. We're still looking at mid-August to September 1st occupying the building. So at this point, the fire department is working towards coordinating some of the owner equipment. We're talking about dishwashers and stoves and laundry and things of that nature, and punch list items with the contractor. So there's still a little bit of ways to go, but that project is moving along quite well. And again, I'll provide some additional updates as we move along throughout the summer. So that's all I have relative to projects and our retirements.
Great. Questions? Council Webb.
I just have a couple of questions on the rail trail. Any news or the status of the rail trail lawsuit in Exit 4A?
We have not heard anything yet. It does appear that there is a decision that is pending, looking towards the end of the month, but we don't have any real indications of when that's going to be rendered.
And any information coming from either the DOT or Londonderry, if there's any movement on how they're going to cross Route 28 in the area of Codyville?
No, and that would be something we'd have to coordinate as our project moves forward north. So that's going to be something as part of the design. I know Londonderry also has funds that they've appropriated on their side. So there's going to be some coordination between our design and their design in that section.
Do you have something? Do you have a question? Okay. All right. Thank you. Move along. Public hearings. 25-60, Resolution 2025-032, to accept a New Hampshire Highway Safety Grant for various traffic enforcement activities. Chief Fioli presenting.
Good evening, councilors. Appear this evening to request authority to accept grant funds from the Hampshire Highway Safety Agency in the amount of $24,300. That is for 7 different enforcement patrols: speed enforcement, $12,000, DUI enforcement, $1,600, distracted driving, $4,000, pedestrian and bicycle patrols, $3,000, seatbelt mobilization patrols, $850, impaired driving mobilization, $2,000, and distracted driving mobilization patrols, $850. I do want to note that there are some matching funds required. We already budget for those matching funds in the way of prosecution services and vehicle use and so forth. So we cover those required $6,075 of matching funds with already budgeted operating funds. I'm happy to answer any questions either now or after the public hearing.
Mr. Chairman, move to open the public hearing.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion to open public hearing by Council McEachran, seconded by Council Granessi. On the motion, Council Granessi.
Yes.
Council Webb.
Yes.
Council Chase.
Yes.
Council Mojay. Council McEachran.
Yes.
And Council Spencer, she's told us? Yeah, she's indicating yes, and the chair votes yes.
Yes.
Public hearing is now open on this.
We can hear her now.
If anyone wishes to speak on this, please come up and do so. State your name.
Seeing none, rise online, Mr. Chair.
Seeing nobody rising and jumping to the forefront, I'll make a motion to close the public hearing, Mr. Chair.
Second.
Okay, motion to close in a second on Council Granessi.
Yes.
Council Webb.
Yes.
Council Chase.
Yes.
Council Mojay. Yes. Council McEachern.
Yes.
Council Spencer.
Yes.
Yes. And chair votes yes. Public hearing is now closed on this matter. Councilors, any questions for the chief? So-
Just a quick question on the way the grants work. So these are extra funds to cover what, overtime for extra patrols?
Yes.
That's,
Seeing
Okay.
no questions, do you want me to read the resolution?
Take it away.
Sure. Resolution 2025-32, to accept the New Hampshire Highway Safety Agency grant for various traffic enforcement activities. Whereas Section 9.15 of the Town Charter authorizes the Town Council to accept grant funding, and whereas the funding is available through the New Hampshire Highway Safety Agency, and whereas the town may receive funds for various traffic enforcement activities, and whereas the activities enhance the safety of the traveling public through Derry, now therefore be resolved in the council pursuant to RSA 3195B that the town administrator is hereby authorized to apply for, accept, and expend $24,300 derived from New Hampshire Highway Safety Agency grants and enter into an agreement with the state of New Hampshire as may be necessary to finalize receipt of the grant funding for the following programs. Speed enforcement patrols, $12,000, 40 hours, 4-hour patrols. DUI enforcement patrols, $1,600, 5 4-hour patrols. Distracted driving patrols, $4,000, 13 4-hour patrols. Pedestrian bicycle patrols, $3,000, 10 4-hour patrols. Join the UNH Click patrols, $850, 2 4-hour patrols. Drive sober or get pulled over patrols, $2,000, 5 4-hour patrols. You drive, you text, you pay patrols, $850, 2 4-hour patrols. Resolution shall take effect immediately upon passage. Adopted June 17th, 2025.
Mr. Chairman, I'll second that.
Okay, we have a motion by Council McEachern, second by Council Granessi. On the motion, Council Granessi.
Yes.
Council Webb.
yes.
Council Mojay. Yes. Council Chase.
Yes.
Sorry, her first. Council McEachern.
Yes, you get the
Council
order.
Spencer.
Yes.
And the chair votes yes. Motion carries 7-0. Thank you, Chief.
Thank you. With your indulgence, before I yield the microphone, please.
Please do.
I too want to echo everybody's thoughts around the room. Dave, I thank you for having the faith in me to choose me to lead the police department 3 years ago. A job I thoroughly enjoy. Thank you. You have been a mentor to me over those years. I appreciate that. And if I can be half the leader you are, I'll be very successful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
Moving on to 25-61, Resolution 2025-034, to apply for and accept grant funding related to Phase 2 of the Southern New Hampshire Regional Water Interconnection Project. Public Works Director Tom Carrier presenting. Good evening, Tom.
Good evening, councilors. This evening, we're here to request the council's authorization to accept and expend an additional $2 million in state funding for the purpose of continuing work on the Southern New Hampshire Regional Water Project, the second phase of that project specifically. Just by a quick background, in 2019, the council approved an interconnection agreement with the towns of Salem, Wyndham, Plastow, Hampstead, and Atkinson to bring up to 3 million gallons per day of drinking water from Manchester. The interconnection agreement began in 2020 with the completion of the Phase 1 improvements, where we now provide up to 1 million gallons a day. So the second phase of the project, which goes from the 1 million to the 2 million gallons, is a very large project. We've broken it up into two pieces, the Phase 2A, which we call the upstream improvements, and the Phase 2B, which are the downstream improvements. At the end of last year, the state of New Hampshire notified us that they had $7.3 million available in leftover ARP money. So the town accepted those funds and began work on the Phase 2 design. The engineer's estimate on that work right now stands at $8.98 million. So we had a $1.65 million shortfall. The state came up with the additional $2 million in their general funds, actually, and offered it to the town to begin work. That project, the Phase 2A, includes mostly work in Londonderry, is a new booster pump station on Old Derry Road, a couple thousand feet of new water main, and a chemical treatment facility at the town's 4 million gallon tank. So that second interconnection with Manchester Waterworks has a direct benefit to the town, as well as the new chlorination facility. I want to just be transparent about something. So the ARPA money does come with a deadline, a very tight schedule. Our engineers put together a path to get there. Those funds have to be expended by, it was originally August of 2026. They've extended that as part of this agreement to October of 2026. We're fairly certain that we can get that work done. Once we sign the contracts, the town of Derry is committed to those contracts. But any work for any unforeseen circumstance that may extend beyond that October date, the funding would be in question. We do sort of hang our hat on the system interconnection agreement, which very specifically says Derry shall not pay for any improvements related to this project. So there would be some recourse. The state, while they won't guarantee the funding past the October deadline, is willing to work with us, and that's partially of what this $2 million is. This $2 million doesn't have that deadline, so that it does give us a little wiggle room in our schedule. So I just want to be upfront with that. Again, this project has a direct benefit to the town as well as those downstream communities. The improvements as part of this 2A do not get us to the 3 million gallons yet. There's still roughly another $20 to $25 million worth of work within the Derry water system to get the water to the Wyndham Town line. So until that second phase is completed, we will still only limit the flow into Salem and beyond to that 1 million gallons a day. Again, just to reiterate, as presented, there's no impact to the Derry tax rate or Derry water and sewer rates. And with that, we would just recommend that the council approve the acceptance of the $2 million and to extend the grant agreement to the October 2026 deadline.
Thank you. Public hearing?
Mr. Chairman, I'm going to make a motion to open the public hearing on this matter.
Mr. Chairman, I'll second that motion.
Okay, a motion by Councilor McGuckin, second by Councilor Granessi to open public hearing. On the motion, Councilor Granessi.
Yes.
Councilor Webb.
Yes.
Councilor Chase.
Yes.
Councilor Mouget. Yes. Councilor McGuckin.
Yes.
Councilor Spence, you still with us?
She is, Mr. Chair.
Okay. Councilor McGuckin? I think she said yes.
You did?
Yep.
Okay. So the public hearing is open.
Sorry, yes.
Okay. Yes, and I vote yes.
Anybody-
Wish to speak? Please come up and do so. State your name.
Owen?
Mr. Chair, seeing none, rise online.
No one in the audience?
Anybody in the audience? Going once, going twice? Motion to close the public hearing, Mr. Chairman.
Motion to close.
Mr. Chairman, I'll second that motion.
And a second. On the motion, Councilor Granessi.
Yes.
Councilor Webb.
Yes.
Councilor Spencer.
Yes.
Councilor Chase.
Yes.
Councilor Mouget. Yes. Councilor McGuckin.
Yes.
And chair votes yes. Public hearing is now closed. Councilors, any comments or questions?
Mr. Chairman, seeing no questions from my fellow councilors and knowing that Tom does an outstanding job here in the water department, and looking forward to you taking over as the next step up the ladder here, Tom.
Thanks, sir.
Congratulations to that, but we'll do this resolution. Number 2025-034, to apply for and accept grant funding related to Phase 2 of the Southern New Hampshire Water Interconnect Project. Whereas Section 9.15 of the Town Charter authorizes the Town Council to apply for, accept, and expend funds received from the state, and whereas the Town Council previously adopted Resolution 2019-018, which authorized Derry's participation in the Southern New Hampshire Regional Water Interconnect Project, and whereas Derry Town Council also adopted Resolution 24-068, which authorizes acceptance of $7,333,000 grant from the New Hampshire Department of Environmental Services for this project, whereas additional grant funding from the New Hampshire Department of Environmental Services is available to further advance the project. Now therefore be resolved in council that the town administrator is hereby authorized to sign and/or amend grant applications and agreements with NHDES and accept up to $2 million from the New Hampshire Department of Environmental Services for infrastructure improvements in Derry associated with the project. Resolution shall take effect immediately upon its passage, June 17, 2025.
Mr. Chairman, I'll second that.
Okay, motion by Council McGuckin, second by Council Granessi. On the motion, Council Granessi,
Yes.
Council Webb,
Yes.
Council Spencer,
Yes.
Council Chase,
Yes.
Council Mojay, Council McGuckin.
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion passes 7-0. Thank you, Tom.
Thank you, councilors, and I have to, very briefly, Dave, just to say thank you, and having also worked for the 23 town administrators that have passed through the doors of Derry, starting with Craig Bulkley, who hired me, again, a great leader to start with, to you, who appointed me to the Public Works Director position, to someone as both a resident and as a department head, for the vision and the means and the method to get us this town to where it's going to be in the next few years. I really appreciate that, and I really look forward to what Derry's going to look like in a couple of years, thanks to you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tom. And for you guys who've been here for a while, if you want to rank these afterwards, I'll leave them up here. You can come in and fill them in.
Yeah, we're gonna do some voting, and we'll give the results next week.
Thank you. Moving along, new business, 25-68, resolution 2025-037 to authorize expenditures from the Information Technology Capital Reserve Fund. CFO, okay,
Is that-
it's going to be Doug Rathburn.
Oh, it's not Mark? This looks like everybody's doing a presentation.
Yeah.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening,
Doug
sorry,
Rathburn,
bad misinformation.
IT/GIS Director. We're before you this evening as part of our upcoming CIP project this upcoming fiscal year. We're replacing all of the copiers in town. Actually, on the staff report, it specifically says copiers. It's actually copiers and any printer in town. So we are looking at utilizing a different source of funding, which would be the e-government technology development capital reserve fund to actually fund this. We've been working with RICO and Sourcewell to get the funding down to an acceptable level, and they came back with a total cost. Well, we had budgeted $140,000 in the CIP for this project. Okay. They came back with a total purchase price of $101,430.29 to actually purchase this equipment outright. Initially, we had planned on doing a 5-year lease for this. The overall cost to actually do the 5-year lease would have been an additional $34,680.31. So we're looking at saving a little bit of money here. We currently have over $294,000 in that the e-government technology capital development fund. So we can easily afford to do this out of that. So we'd rather actually pay for the equipment outright and not have to do a lease purchase for this. That's essentially all we're looking at doing.
Questions?
Move to open the public hearing.
No, there is none.
Oh, no business. Oh, jumped the gun, sorry.
Council Granessi.
No, I'm just going to, thank you, Mr. Chairman, I'm just going to make a comment. Reading this, it makes total sense to purchase it.
Absolutely.
Yep, saving money, taxpayer money, so thank you for working hard on this.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it.
Agreed, thank you. Anything else?
Same thing.
Okay. All right.
Several dittos. I will read the resolution, seeing no other questions, Mr. Chairman. Resolution 2025-037 to authorize expenditures from the e-government technology development capital reserve fund. Whereas Section 5.1 of the town charter designates the town council as the governing and legislative body of the town, and as such is empowered to adopt resolutions and ordinances, including appropriation of funds. And whereas the FY26 budget included an appropriation for photocopiers and other equipment to be funded through lease purchase agreements, whereas the town received bids for the said equipment and can use funds available in the IT Capital Reserve Fund to complete the purchase, now therefore be resolved in council that the town council, as agent to expend, hereby authorizes the withdrawal of $101,430.39 from the E-Government Technology Development Capital Reserve Fund for the purchase of photocopiers and other equipment, and rescinds authorization to acquire this equipment through a lease purchase agreement. Resolution shall take effect immediately upon its passage.
Mr. Chairman, I'll second that.
Motion by Council McEachran, second by Council Granessi. On the motion, Council Granessi?
Yes.
Council Webb?
Yes.
Council Spencer?
Yes.
Council Chase?
Yes.
Council Moujet? Council McEachran?
Yes.
And the chair votes yes. Motion passes 7-0. Thank you, Doug.
Okay, so I have to follow suit here.
Absolutely.
Because he was my boss, too. So Dave, the one thing I really want to say that I appreciated about you this entire 8+ years that you've come to the town of Derry is the fact that you would put tickets into the ticketing system. Okay? Which is amazing, because usually at that level, nobody wants to put a ticket in, but Dave would put a ticket in. So I can't tell you how much I appreciated that. My guys appreciated that. And, you know, the fact that we didn't have to have long, cozy meetings together speaks volumes, I think, to the, you know, to our relationship together. And, you know, we actually took care of you and you took care of us. So
Thank you.
I very much appreciate that.
Thank you.
Dougie's got
Enjoy your
one more
retirement.
ticket to go, and 2 Fridays it will be shut my computer off.
I'll probably get 10 tickets tomorrow, right?
Every time I wrote a ticket, it took me 20 minutes to find the icon.
That might be the last ticket. Make the icon. That's right.
25-69, Resolution 2025-038, to adopt the FY26 action plan. Mr. Fowler.
All right, so briefly, a couple of meetings ago, Dave and I had requested of the town councilors to submit individual goals in the way that that process, many of you have been through this in the past before, but each of you were given an opportunity to put in 5 goals and rank them from 1 to 5, and then obviously there was an area for some additional goals to be added on to it. What's typically been done in this action plan is these goals will be published, and what we're looking to do is to put together the goals of the highest frequency, and those will be the targets that I will be taking forward to staff and reporting back to the town council on at least a quarterly basis, but obviously as frequently as needed. Real briefly, before you take action on this resolution, I just want to read the 5 top ones that had frequency of multiples for many of the counselors. One was the police facility, looking at the adequacy of what we have and what we should be doing going forward. Number 2 was the Route 28 corridor, looking at sewer expansion. Number 3 was looking at exemptions of tax credits for veterans and seniors. And then obviously, number 4 was review and broaden ACO animal control policies and procedures. And then the 5th one was exit 4A gateway development. So all these goals, I believe, have all been ongoing endeavors. So obviously, we're already in the pipeline with many of these, but I think they're great action goals for us to continue to look forward to. And as I had mentioned, I will be reporting our progress as we move along. So with that, there is a resolution that's been prepared, unless there's any comments, you know, to be added to this.
Questions, comments?
Mr. Chairman, I move Town Council adopt resolution number 2025-038 to adopt the Town Council's FY26 action plan. Whereas Section 5.1 of the Town Charter vests in the Town Council the powers of the legislative and governing bodies, is whereas the Town Council has established an action plan to ensure that public funds are expended in a manner which reflect community priorities, and whereas the action plan results from the Council's interactions with the public, town boards and commissions, staff, and other stakeholders. Now therefore be resolved in Council that the attached FY26 action plan is hereby adopted, and the town administrator is directed to report back to the Council on a quarterly basis with updates on the plan's implementation. This resolution shall take effect immediately upon its passage, June 17, 2025.
Second.
We have a motion by Councilman Granessi, seconded by Council Webb. On the motion, Councilor
Yes.
Granessi, Council Webb.
Yes.
Council Spencer, she's still with us?
Checking on that, Mr.
Council Chase?
Yes.
Council Moujet? Yes. Council McEachran?
Yes.
And the chair votes yes. Motion carries 6-0. Moving on, 25-70, Resolution 2025-039, to authorize Stark Brewing to serve alcoholic beverage samples at the Derry Homegrown Farm and Artisans Market. Mr. Karen.
Okay, thank you. Several years ago, the Liquor Commission allowed distilleries and brewers to provide free samples at farmers markets. And they've been doing it for a number of years. The council has been on the council for a while, Rick, and we had a whole slew of them 4 or 5 years ago, and the council approves those, and they're in effect until further rescinded. So therefore, you don't have to come back every year. But there is a new brewery who is interested in participating in our Dairy Homegrown Farm and Artisan Market on Wednesday afternoons, and that is Stock Brewing Company. So we would recommend and encourage the council to approve Resolution 2025-039 to allow Stock Brewing to participate in the farmers market.
All right, so, Mr. Chairman, if there's no questions, I'll move that the council adopt resolution number 2025-039 to authorize Stock Brewing Company to serve alcoholic beverages samples at the Derry Homegrown Farm and Artisan Market. Whereas Section 5.1 of the Town Charter designates the Town Council as the governing and legislative body of the town, and as such is empowered to act in accordance with RSA 179:44, and whereas RSA 179:44 2A authorizes wine manufacturers, beverage manufacturers, nano breweries, and brew pubs to provide samples for tasting at a farmer's market contingent upon the written authorization by the governing body. Now therefore be resolved in council that Stock Brewing Company is hereby authorized to provide alcoholic samples during all Derry Homegrown Farm and Artisan Market events, contingent upon compliance with all applicable state statutes and town of Derry ordinances. The resolution shall take effect immediately upon its passage and shall remain in effect until rescinded by the Town Council, adopted June 17, 2025.
Second. Motion by Councilor Canesi, seconded by Councilor McEachran. On the motion,
Yes.
Councilor Canesi.
Yes.
Councilor Webb. Oh, is she with us still?
I don't see her online, Mr. Chair.
Okay. Councilor Chase.
Yes.
Councilor J. Yes. Councilor McEachran.
Yes.
Chair votes yes. Motion passes 6-0. Councilors, comments, questions, liaison reports, roasting of town administrator outgoing.
Oh,
Anything?
I just want to make a comment. I just want to say thank you again, Mr. Karen, for all your hard work in Derry and all your work for that you've done in the state of New Hampshire. And hopefully you enjoy retirement, go on some nice fishing trips, go see the country, and enjoy your beautiful rocking chair.
Thank you.
And have some good IPAs.
Thanks.
Congratulations on your retirement.
Thanks.
Councilor Webb.
No comment, it's 2 minutes to go.
Chase.
No comments.
Jay. McEachran.
We were told get him out by 8, so I want to respect that.
The puck drop was at 8.
The puck drop's 8. Well, let him get to his car radio so he can listen to it on the way home. So I will respect his wishes and make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion to adjourn and a second. All in favor?
Yes.
Any
Aye.
opposed? All right, meeting adjourned.